Should we mention that this is take two?
No. No.
So because Mary is learning Chinese and she has been learning Chinese, and I was thinking that maybe she has some insights for both Chinese learners and English learners as well. You ready?
Yeah.
Alright, what is your mother tongue and how many languages can you speak?
My mother tongue is Korean. I'm Korean. And I speak 3 languages: Korean, English, and Chinese.
Which one do you think that you speak better or the best?
Korean.
Not Korean.
English better.
English, Chinese, and then nothing.
Nothing. 고된다.
What's that?
German.
Guten Tag. Yeah, that's not German.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like German.
Guten Tag.
Oh.
Guten Tag.
Well, okay, my German
anyways.
is only from
I don't speak
Trevor
German.
Noah. When you because you've always had English as a second language, right?
You mean in school?
Yeah, it's way early.
Yeah.
And when you were looking for a new language, what was the reason that you chose Chinese over other languages? Did you think that it was easier or more useful, or was it because that it's more spoken?
My first choice wasn't Chinese. I tried German and Spanish at the beginning at my university, but later on China was growing fast.
Just don't say that word Chinese again.
I said China, the country,
Yeah.
was growing really fast. So I thought it would be the most useful language. If I learn it, I can choose. When I'm looking for jobs, I would choose more.
The one that has a bigger market.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I decided to learn Chinese at the end.
I forgot that we needed to pause it.
Ah, man!
Alright. How long have you been learning or studying Chinese? And did you do so when you were in Korea or in other countries?
How long have I learned? I took 1.5 years of Chinese class in Taiwan.
In Taiwan.
And before Taiwan, I didn't speak Chinese at all, and I couldn't because the resource that we have in Korea, it's called Beijing.
It's
Standard.
China Chinese.
So I wouldn't have Taiwanese Chinese resource. So I couldn't learn because my destination was Taiwan, not China. So I couldn't study Chinese in Korea. So when I just came here for the first time, I didn't even speak. I couldn't even say.
You started from zero, from scratch.
Ni hao. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1.5 year course, and I've been staying in Taiwan for 3.5 years so far. So yeah. Maybe
3.5, that includes
like
1.5 in the language
Yeah.
school?
Yeah. So total.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Like I come here and went back to Korea. I came here and went back to Korea. I came here and went back to Korea.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
So as what we were saying in the previous question about culture, do you think during learning Chinese, do you think you were influenced by the Chinese culture or Taiwanese culture? You can tell the difference.
While I'm learning Chinese, am I influenced by culture?
Yeah, by culture. Our culture.
Not so far, because
Not so far.
I've only been here for 3.5 years.
I've been to America for 10 months.
Well, it's because that was when you were very little.
Not that little. I was 16.
yeah, it's like you're growing the fastest at the time. But I came here after 20s, and I think I care less about other people now, just like Chinese people. Like, oh, whatever that one does.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not my business. So, because I care a lot. I care a lot of other people's opinion about me, and I act along to that opinion a lot. Like, I care, and that was really stressful. It's actually killing me. But here, like, I don't care because they don't care either.
Yeah.
So it's a good influence.
It's a good balance, I guess.
Yeah, I like
Because you
it.
were leaning too much on that side, and then we're like super left. And like, super
So I still care about people's
opinions.
if they criticize, and if I really did something wrong, I should care. But other than that, no,
Yeah.
no.
That's good to know. How do you learn or study Chinese?
By chatting.
By chatting.
It's English or Chinese.
Languages.
Yeah, every foreign language that I learn I learn it by chatting, and it's the most efficient way for me.
How did you start chatting?
Chatting. Well, English I learned from Andy.
We
Learning
only
from
know each
Andy.
other for so many years, only. But how about before that?
I only threw words.
Throw words
Hi, hello, eat.
in English. Oh, when you were young.
Yeah, I was in Hungary. I couldn't even make one sentence, one perfect sentence.
Are you sure?
Eat.
Like in Korea?
Go out.
In Hungary or before Hungary?
I made a lot of mistakes in Hungary, because that was the first time for me to speak English.
We met in Hungary.
Yeah, and I met Betty, our friend from Australia, and even though she was nice enough to tell me that my English is okay, but I at that time I still made a lot of mistakes.
I barely noticed.
But I dare to speak.
You didn't dare, or you?
I dare.
Oh, okay.
I dare. I always dare to speak whatever. So
Alright, but what about Chinese?
Chinese. Well, I started learning in FJU, his university, and by taking courses. But then,
For language school for like 6 months,
like 3 months,
3 months.
and then 3 months, and then 1 year.
What 3 months? 3 months.
Like 3 months, and then I went back. To
Oh
Korea.
right.
And then I came back
Come
here.
back again.
Yeah.
And so, only language classes.
For Chinese, yeah. But when I was in Zhengda, I started to look for language exchange partner. I think I had 3, and I was still chatting
Yeah.
with them, like about politics, Korea culture, something like that.
So basically, even when you were taking classes, the point was to talk to other people because those people were also learning.
So I mean, what can you learn within an hour? You only learn some words
Right.
and like sentence patterns. That's it. And after class, you gotta take care of it.
Yeah.
You gotta use it. So I was trying to meet Taiwanese friends and chat. Yeah.
So language exchange, do you think it helps a lot?
For me, yes.
How did you start?
Well, if you're in school, it's pretty easy because school has like billboard that helps you
Bulletin
find.
board.
Yeah, bulletin board. Oh, is
Bulletin
it billboard?
Billboard sounds like
Bulletin board. Okay.
bulletin.
Yeah. So school actually helps you to find partners, but out of school you gotta find by your own. But usually I ask my friends if they have some friends who want to learn Korean.
Yeah, so if you're a foreigner, it's very easy for you to
Very
find a
easy,
language
very-
exchange
just-
partner.
Check your Facebook. There's a bunch of Facebook group. Yeah.
Language exchange
Just type language exchange in Taiwan.
in Taipei. Or
Taipei,
in
yeah,
another
in
city.
in your district, and you'll find someone in a day.
No time.
In a day, seriously, it's so
Yeah.
easy here.
But even if you're a Taiwanese person, of course you're not learning Chinese anymore, but it's still easy for you to find a foreigner to that wants to, you know. wants to
Taipei
learn.
has a lot of foreigners from everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a difficult part in finding a language exchange partner?
Partner, difficult part, because you cannot tell if that one is really looking for language exchange partner or just like friend who wants to hang out with.
Yeah.
I don't only want to hang out with you. I want to learn language. So that is the difficult part that you can tell, because you don't know if that one really wants to learn your language, or if
They just
or
wanna
if
mess
that
with
one is just like a go easy.
you. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you have the same goal as your language
But
partner.
based on my experience, you can ask. I mean, you can ask some questions, and you will see if that one is real
Yeah.
or fake. Because I usually ask, so like, what do you want to learn? What kind of topic you want to focus on? And so, do you want to prepare this kind of material to learn? Do this, and then if that one seems prepared, that is real. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ask some specific questions, and you can tell.
What are some of the topics that you and your partner usually, or maybe once, talked about?
Oh yeah, I have language exchange partner at the moment, and we always bring one topic that we are targeting every time. For me, I'm focusing on learning 连接词 at the moment, and my friend, like we're doing business mail in Korean or Chinese, something like that.
So you have a topic for each.
Yeah.
So basically 2 topics,
Mhm.
one for each, and you stay on point.
Mhm.
You chat for this, like how you've been and stuff, but then
We
you
do chat, but that is not our
go.
goal. Yeah, I think we're kind of doing it in a professional way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like we actually prepare our studying material. Yeah, like print it out and bring it, and then just share it.
Yeah, and even with the topic, you still before you meet your partner, you still have to prepare
Like,
for it.
Language exchange is kind of tricky because
Uh-huh.
you gotta get prepared. Otherwise, it's just chatting, hang out. You
Killing time.
learn less. You still learn, but you learn a lot less than when you are really prepared. So you better get ready and do it in a professional way, like every time, and no skipping.
No skipping.
Like people, like later on, people
Oh, you
get
mean you don't come, like you
yeah,
skip
like,
a day.
oh, I have another plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
So
make it
just,
a class.
Just make it regular occasion.
Make it
don't-
a
yeah.
serious meeting.
Serious, yeah.
But you can relax, but it's a serious thing to do.
Yeah. Just take it as real thing.
Not like, oh, I got sick
And
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Like
Like
I always
you
get
can be
sick on that day.
Yeah, sometimes, but not like every single weeks. And
Yeah, when it's raining, you
be
get sick.
be respectful
Yeah.
to your partner.
Always. And how difficult is Chinese comparing with English? Which one do you think is easier or more difficult?
I am a little bit confused because I don't know if it's because I learned English for longer time.
Uh-huh.
So I think for me, English is easier, and Chinese is more difficult. Because English is like a word language now, right? like
Or world
language.
or
So
international.
it's like very, it has very clear system, like reading, grammar, listening, like writing, and there's a lot of institutes that teaches
Teach you English.
teaching English.
Teach you how to learn.
Yeah, but Chinese, cause China, they only like they become like a strong country recently, not like in like long time ago. So people only started learn Chinese like
in recent years.
Maybe 3 4 I don't know, like 5 6 years.
Within 10.
So at the beginning, I thought Chinese doesn't have grammar, and that's what Taiwanese people told me too. Like, oh, there's no grammar.
Yeah.
It has less grammar, yes, but it does have grammar, and that's why I am kind of struggling at the moment because my writing doesn't have any genjutsu, and that gets Taiwanese people hard to understand my writing. Yeah, because Taiwanese people are used to read with genjutsu and like a very organized sentence, but my writing is like sentence, no genjutsu, and then
No
another
connection.
sentence.
It's just
Yeah,
sentence
like,
by sentence.
so for me, genjutsu is the difficult part, because I thought there's no such thing. Yeah, like the genjutsu that I knew was like 可是但是还是还有 like those few things. And then when I really searched for that, I found like 25 pages of it. And I'm like, what the?
That is long.
Yeah, it's
too
a
long
lot.
to
And
explain.
I cannot even tell the difference between severs.
And I bet a lot of us cannot either. Like
No,
you have to really study to know how to explain.
No, I don't think so. You guys just
Really?
know because it's your mother tongue. Like, oh, you cannot use that word in this kind of sentence, but you can use this word for those kind of sentence.
Yeah, that's
You
what
guys
we
know.
that's what we criticize foreigners for. Like when you know English speakers would say, "Oh, that's just how we say it," and then we criticize them for it.
No, I mean it's everywhere. I say that too.
Yeah.
To Korean learning students.
When you take teaching Chinese courses, they actually have books to explain it.
Really? I've never had one. I never had one.
Well, you're not. You didn't study about teaching Chinese.
Oh.
You were
All
learning
right.
Chinese,
Yeah.
right? So how did you learn English? Because I'm gonna ask you, how did you learn Chinese, and do you use the same methods?
English I learned it in school. Because it's in our
It's mandatory.
mandatory. Yeah, of course.
You must.
So if you don't want, you gotta still learn.
So in school, it's because for us it's test by test. And is it similar in?
Yeah, pretty much.
You learn it through tests.
Yeah. No, but I don't think you learn something from tests. After tests, you forget everything.
Yeah.
Right?
You do that. That means you don't have enough tests.
We do have a lot of tests. We do.
All right. But about learning Chinese, how did you find? So you learn it differently, and then you learn Chinese through chatting.
Chatting and
making conversations, language exchanges. Is there any online material, online methods that you're using?
online. I try to watch Taiwanese drama, but I'm
Taiwanese
not
drama?
a fan of.
Taiwanese drama. Which one was it?
I don't know the title of it.
What's the story about?
There is Ella, and there
Is it the four guys with
Jun.
4 guys with 1 girl?
No, not that one. It's too old.
Oh.
Ella, and she
I don't watch drama at all.
she liked that athlete, so she in order
Pretends to be a guy.
to yeah, that one.
It's like a Taiwanese, she's the man.
Yeah, that one. I used to watch that, and there's another drama with Ella and
Another
one.
Still Ella.
she's nanny. She was nanny in that drama, and she's taking care of a baby. But then she fell in love with that guy.
That's
The
very
house owner.
unprofessional.
It was fun, but as I'm not a big fan of drama, so I quit.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So drama. Okay. What was the hardest part? Did we already cover it? What was the hardest part in learning Chinese? With the prepositions,
Yeah.
right? So you're still learning. How are you learning that now?
Memorizing. I also check. So I study this word with several sentences.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like how I learn English.
But it doesn't really tell you, the differences.
Between similar words.
So you have to really learn through experience.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe how we learned it. Like just teacher says, you just do that. Do that, or you get an F.
I need time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Aye. Is it true that as a foreigner you don't need to know how to write, but just to speak? Do you understand the question?
Bad. Lazy. It sounds very lazy. Because...
Some people don't want to
Right.
recognize words at all.
I mean, then what's the point of learning one foreign language?
Maybe
I am personally against to that idea, because if you decide to learn foreign language, you gotta master every single part of it.
Yeah. The background of this question is that some people maybe they only learn to survive, so they order things. They always know how to say like, oh, can I get one of that? And you never really know what words mean.
It depends on the situation.
Sure, it depends on the person. But do you think it is possible that you only know how to speak, like you say, Chinese,
is it possible?
and in Taiwan? Of course, when you have to work, and the job itself requires the ability, then you have to know.
I actually cannot imagine how that would work, because I am a translator, and
your job requires.
Yeah, so I gotta learn how to write, how to speak, how to understand. But I don't like the idea.
Fine. Do you think if I go to Korea and I never learn how to write Korean, but basically I can converse with other people in Korean, do you think that's okay? Like people will accept me?
Yeah, if people will accept you.
Yeah.
For 100% sure. But yeah, if it doesn't affect your work, fine. Yeah. I
don't know. This is a random question. I think I heard it somewhere, or I know
it
people
sounds
who
lazy.
who
It's like
who
you
do
only
this.
learn that language just to chat,
Yeah.
right? I cannot accept it, because it sounds
Like English for me, it's easy to write and stuff, but like if I do it if I reverse the situation, like I'm from America and then I'm starting to learn Chinese, but I gotta write like thousands of words. I gotta recognize everything. I probably say no, because it makes no sense. The words makes no sense. You spell the pronunciation and the writing system are two different systems.
Okay, so if you don't plan to settle down in that country, fine. Yeah, if you plan to go back to your country someday, fine. But if you settle down, it's more like matter of respect.
Oh, you respect the language,
Yeah.
or respect the people,
Both.
even.
Both.
Yeah, that's nice. But let me change that question a bit. Do you think it benefits if you know how to write Chinese?
Of course, cause
Why?
Because if you're a foreigner and if you're in Taiwan, you will face those government
Oh,
documents,
things.
work visa stuff. You gotta write it. You gotta write by
Yeah,
yourself.
but we're so friendly, we can just do it for free.
No, that's inappropriate. Appropriate. Well, Taiwanese people are very friendly. Yeah, it's true.
Ask me to do it, nada.
I mean,
I'm not gonna do it.
but personally, I think it's very unrespectful situation.
Yeah. Maybe
It's
I'm
like you come to Taiwan and you ignore Taiwanese people's culture and so what, I'm a foreigner here. People are friendly anyways, so I don't have to learn how to write, something like that. I can't accept it.
Okay. Maybe I'm just asking for myself if I were in Korea.
It depends.
Alright. Let's go. Do you think culture plays a big role in language or any role?
Learning language or language.
In learning language.
Because that's how I learn English.
Really?
Yeah, I was so into pop culture and movie soundtracks, American culture.
Uh-huh.
And I was dreaming of going to New York and study whatever. So I studied hard, very hard when I was in school, for my goal, because I was interested in American culture.
Yeah.
That was my motivation. And later on, I came to Taiwan, and I liked Taiwan a lot. So that became another motivation to learn Chinese, new language. Like, I want to master Chinese to work here and have my own life, communicate with people, something like that.
What's the Taiwanese culture?
Can I?
No, you cannot. You can just say it.
I can't justify it, just because.
What do you mean?
But there's
What's the difference? What's the biggest or what's the biggest difference in culture between Taiwan and Korea?
There's a lot.
Just
In
name
that
the
case,
major one.
First, freedom.
Freedom in where? Freedom in
Second,
Taiwan or
personality. Third, patriotism.
patriotism.
Mm-hmm. So first, freedom. Taiwan is like free country that I've ever been to. Like most
The country that has most freedom.
freedom. Yeah.
Okay.
Because people don't care about you. Whatever you do, just don't do anything. Don't do harm on people.
Sure.
That's it.
Sure.
People wouldn't care about you. People don't care what you wear, what you do, what you eat. Just it's your life.
I feel like I have to modify that answer a little bit. It's not that people don't care about you. It's that you don't have to care about what people say about you. Because people everywhere in the world, I think we all care a little bit about how other people
Care less.
act or dress and stuff.
Mm.
And then we say those things. But here in Taiwan, so what if people say things? If in Korea, it's very difficult or somewhat difficult to be yourself.
A very frequent topic if you are too remarkable.
You like stand out from everyone.
Not stand out, not only stand out. If you look different, if you don't follow the trend, people will talk about you.
Just they keep talking about
often.
you.
Yeah.
Whereas in Taiwan, we do talk about you, but just maybe a little bit.
And then they forget.
Like you.
People forget.
Maybe last week or a few days ago, you were wearing hairpins and a lot of hairpins, and then people were like, "Oh, where are you going? You going to a party?" and stuff like that, and then they just stop.
Like once and then done.
And then move on.
No.
But in Korea,
you became a target.
uh-huh.
Something like that. It's gonna last for a while. Yeah. Fake freedom. Korea and Japan have fake freedom.
What's
It looks
that
like
about Japan?
we have all the freedom,
Uh-huh.
but if you look different, if you do the different things, people will talk about you. And that might affect your life too, because people gonna make distance. you know,
They keep a distance.
between you and them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know, they say about the paradox of freedom that they give you two choices. One, so one looks like this, but the other one looks like crap. So they say that you can choose, but they only give you two choices. And so, like in Korea, you can be who you are or you can be everyone else. But if you be who you are, they don't like it.
Something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah, I'm
Something like
sure
that.
a lot of people will agree on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's true.
And I think it may happen in Taiwan too. Like you can be who you are and people won't like it. Some people won't like it. Or you can be like everyone else. But I think in Taiwan you can just choose the third one. And whatever that is the third one, there's a third option.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I have mentioned second and third
Oh, I'm sorry.
traits. So second is personality.
Right.
Taiwanese people are the most friendly people in the world.
Friendliest.
Really?
Yeah.
I think both.
I said
Can
most
do.
friendly, but
I think both can
read
do.
it from the book.
Yeah.
And Google says so too.
I don't care.
care.
And so I think I've been to almost 15 to 20 countries so far.
15 to 20 countries.
Probably. But yeah, I've never seen this friendly people in any other country. Yeah. Like nice and innocent. And third, patriotism. Like Korea has very strong patriotism.
Uh-huh.
Like that concept that it's our country. Our country gotta be the best one, and it's our culture, and that one is originated from us. Something like that. Even sometimes we fight for it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fight for this with other countries. We make trouble, but in Taiwan, no. I wouldn't say no patriotism, but like so mixed and open to other culture.
The problem with Taiwan, the country, as a country, is that it's not even a country.
You cannot say that.
In the world, it's not even
officially.
a country. We're a country, but only recognized by
several countries.
Well, now growing. Like there are more people or more countries that recognize us, but like unofficially. Unofficially, we cannot be allies, but like we're doing business. So we actually exist. People know us, but then you're just not allowed to say the name. We're like Voldemort, but like people are not scared of us. They can't say our names. Yeah. So as a result, we don't really know which country to love. You know, it's history.
I don't know if it's right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. Cause I am grown in a very patriotic country, so I thought it's the right thing to do to protect my own thing.
Sure, it is, and there are people who do that in Taiwan.
But I cannot say it's wrong that Taiwan doesn't have patriotism, because I know the history. And I kind of understand why it's so different from Korea. We'll see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, 2020. Vote for Taiwan.
Vote.
It's common in Taiwan when learning English, when we say that there's no English speaking environment. Do you feel that you have to be in a Chinese speaking environment to learn Chinese? Meaning that could you learn Chinese in Korea if you had the material?
Yeah, I think if I could learn Taiwanese Chinese in Korea, I would write better, a lot better than this. Cause you know what, I've been I've been heard a lot of cases.
You've heard
Yeah,
a lot of cases.
heard a lot of cases about people who actually went to America but never learned anything and come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happens a lot actually, because you went there and you only learn how to speak, how to hang out
Yeah.
with American people, and then come back, you got nothing. You don't even write anything. But like we have English mandatory class in Taiwan and in Korea, because at least you know how to write, or you understand.
Yeah.
So I think it's just it affects different part of your language system. So you don't need English speaking environment.
Are you saying you don't need English speaking environment, or you don't need to go to the country to learn that language?
No. I never went to. I mean, I never went to the States before. When did we go to the States? Like
2016.
Yeah.
Or
before that, I've never been to the States. But when I was in States, I speak totally
States,
fine.
you're like, you're friends with the States? United States, America?
The States, yeah. I speak like totally fine.
Yeah.
Because I learn enough.
And we didn't go there to learn.
Yeah, because we just went there to visit his family.
Right.
Yeah.
My family. Yeah. They're my friends, and I call them
So
my
you
family.
don't need specific environment to learn something. Just learn it first. Learn it hard until you get some stage, and then talk about it later.
I think it was interesting when you mentioned, like, people go to, say, America, and they come back, they only know how to hang out, and they look
Like,
or they seem like they're from America, but when you, if they were talking to us, people who know English, we were like,
what?
Man, what did you say? And I think that's because people actually, if you're in the environment, if you're in that country, you learn the culture back without language.
You only learn the culture.
You learn
Absorb it.
You learn their way, but then not the language.
Yeah.
Whereas in Taiwan or in your own countries, you can learn the language. And then I think hanging out, that's like part of your character or your personality.
If you don't study here, you don't study over there. Don't expect that you just absorb everything and then come back and you just start to speak English.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't happen.
If you're not white, then don't act white.
Yeah. I hate it.
Like, if a Taiwanese person, like starts rapping in English, it's probably he or she probably picks up like impressions of some specific person, and then it would be so strange. Because if this person switches back the language back to Chinese, it would not sound like that. It would not have like gestures. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm saying, are you saying that? Well, you are. So we're saying that you don't need to go to a foreign country to learn that language. No. And we both learn English in our own countries when we were little.
100%.
We didn't go to some fancy schools.
No.
We didn't go to a all-American.
We already have
bilingual.
very good education.
Yeah.
Here we are in so developed country.
Yeah.
Taiwan, in Korea, we have very good education system already. Courses.
Yeah.
Like English, very systemized. So you don't need to go to the States.
Yeah, we don't say when you said that we have very good. Did you mean that we also have very good education?
Not education system, courses.
Like we criticize a lot on our education system and the whatever English environment, and I disagree. I disagree that we have a bad one. I think we have a
pretty
okay. If not great, then okay. Because I always tell people that I learned English. Well, I started learning when I was 13, when I was in junior high. Then the first year, I learned my ABC, and that was it. I spent 3 years only in school, never cram school. I learned that in junior high, just like everyone. And when everyone was studying English in a cram school, I didn't. I spent time on all other subjects, and I suck at all of them. Right? I was cramming Chinese, math, and science, whatever, and I suck at all of them. Chinese too. Yeah, and so I would say that our English learning system is solid. It's fine.
That's
So why
fine
we have
if
tests.
it's not test centered. That's great, actually. Now, if you master all the courses that schools provide, you're gonna be a genius. I really think so, because the most part of my knowledge is from my schools. So
Which part of your
like-
school? Like junior high?
arts, music,
Oh,
language,
I meant
my knowledge.
okay.
Yeah, like yeah, it's almost most of them are from schools,
Mm-hmm.
and only if it's not task centered, and only it doesn't force students to learn that much in a day, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go to a foreign country to learn that language. It's kind of waste.
And I believe that environment is how we make it.
Yeah.
Like right here, this is an environment of
Learning.
language speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you wanna speak a language, you just do it. And in Taiwan, is it possible that that in Taiwan you go full English?
Yeah.
I do that.
Because there's a lot
I
of
do that, and
foreigners.
I don't even have a Korean face. Like if you speak English, people would understand. But if I speak English, people are like, why? But then they would do the same.
They'll take it gradually. Yeah.
They-
They'll take it.
They
anyway.
understand, and even if you call it broken English, they still they know.
Come on, you guys have this term ABC, right?
We do.
Right, like looks like an Asian person,
Uh,
but grown.
American-born Chinese, actually.
So just pretend that you're ABC.
Yeah,
Speak-
pretend that you're an ABC that speaks poorly, or not even poorly,
Doesn't have
just
to be poor.
just speak.
Yeah.
Right, and yeah, I think environment is a choice.
It's tricky.
I like to say choice. Having an environment is a choice, because even when you are in America, you can really choose to hang out with Asians,
Asian, yes.
and then you end up having a lot of Korean friends,
Yeah.
Malaysian friends, Singaporean friends, Thai friends, or whoever,
Yeah.
or just Chinese friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just keep arguing about nationality and stuff like that. But really, environment is where you are right now, and you choose to
Agree.
create it.
Yeah.
Jinx. All right. I think that sums up that concludes all the questions that I have. And do you have any suggestions for foreigners learning Chinese? Did you already do that? Because this is the second time we do it.
Suggestion.
I
How
don't
would I have suggestion? Because I am learning.
Well, you're
Chinese.
learning, but
if you have suggestions, just tell me.
for starters, or if your Chinese is better, then give her some
think-
pointers.
I think it would be better if you focus on writing at the beginning, because Chinese writing is kind of hard,
Writing first,
difficult.
knowing characters,
Because
knowing grammar.
I didn't focus on writing at all.
You just jump into speaking.
Like yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
there is grammar that you gotta be aware of. So try to focus on writing and get those lineages,
Prepositions.
because it's pretty difficult to understand. You barely can tell the difference between those things.
I think this is the same with English.
English.
Like you know English, just like what we were saying about going to America and only know how to have gestures and live the way they, want, and so to only have culture. So if you go to America and you only learn how to speak English, it's very difficult to go back to writing because you just write what you say. And in writing, if you write what you say, it's crap.
Crap.
Yeah.
Beware of those ninjutsu. I warn you.
Yeah. So for foreigners that are starters of learning Chinese or English, to
try to
system.
be organized.
Be organized and get the system first. Get the grammar first. And what about that for English learners and like Taiwanese English learners?
I think it's like English is kind of the other way around. Because I didn't really understand the grammar, but I could go back, totally go back to learn those grammar and then come back, adjust it.
So you're saying for English you can actually learn how to speak first.
Yeah. And don't hesitate to speak something out. Just speak it. That's how you learn English. That's how I learn English.
That's not how I learned, but okay.
That's how I learn English. So
I learned how to memorize
whatever.
words first. That's what they asked us.
Yeah, you gotta study some, but just don't. I mean, stop caring about how other people think when you're wrong.
Yeah, we're not gonna think
they're
less.
not native speakers.
We're not gonna think
either.
less of you just because you made a mistake. I made plenty of mistakes.
If you already speak English, that's good. So stop being.
You just keep saying that.
Because I like it. I like Iron Man. Do you know how? What? I like Iron Man.
Maybe somebody still hasn't seen Iron Man 3.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, it's a line. Iron Man line, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're saying don't be afraid to speak.
That's the key of learning English, I think.
But not Chinese.
No.
Be afraid to speak Chinese. All right. Thank you for spending twice the time. And we're shaking hands. All right.
Partner.
Andy and Miri out. Hope we help you. You can hold that.